Hi everyone, welcome to Last Minute Coders. So in this video we are going to learn pagination concept in galleries. So basically this is our gallery, and for data source I have taken the sample list from the SharePoint, and as you can see there are 43 items in this list. So what I did is I am just showing 3 items per page. So these are my first 3 items. If I click on next, these are next 3, and so on so forth till 43 here. So as you can see, as I'm on the last page, this next button is disabling, and when I was on the first page, this previous button was disabling. And here you can also see the page number also is incrementing. This is 2, now 3, 4, 5, and so on so forth. So this is what we are going to learn today. So let's start with our tutorial. I hope you are excited to learn. Let's create a new app first. So let's start. Let's first take some label, make some header first. Okay, I'll use this color. Let's say gallery pagination. Okay. Okay. So let's make firstly make 2 buttons. This is my first button. This is my second button. Right. Let's name them as previous. Okay, and this one as next. Okay. Let's have some dummy gallery. In your example, you might be having your own galleries, but I'm just using this dummy gallery, and I'll just say title in this thing. For data source, I'll add my data. I'll add my SharePoint list. Here, just enter your link. Now as I can see my list, I'll select the sample list and click on connect. Once this list is connected, I'll again go to this and will select my gallery, and in data source I'll select the sample list. Okay, this list is selected. On the first one, instead of title, what I'll select as ID, and here for the second one I am just selecting item. You might be having some different parameters, but I'm selecting this. If I'll navigate to this, I'll see 43 items are there in this gallery, right? And on the below, what I'll do is make one label like this, center align this, and say keep it as 18. Say this as page number. To give next line in PowerApps, just use the scared in, and this will work as next line. For now I'm just doing like this. Okay, I hard coded this thing. For now I just hard coded so that it will just give us the look and feel. Okay, this is fine. We'll have 2 buttons like this. I've created 2 buttons, this thing, and I have one gallery. But here, see, I have a scroll in this gallery. All right. So what we need to do is, firstly, just see the height of this. If we click on this gallery, just see the height of this gallery. The height of this gallery is 391. Let's make it 400. Okay, I made it as 400, and see this template size. This is the template size. So either you can give your own template size, but I am keeping it as like this only, so we can see the template size is nothing but, you see this one pencil. If I keep, so this area from here to here. Okay, so this particular area is the template size, and this is the whole height of the gallery. Okay, so what we will do is, I'll just use one formula. If you use the calculator, here, just see what is my template, or this height. This height is 400. What is my template size? 104. So if I divide it 400 by 104, what I'll get 3.84. okay, so that means at a time I can see 3 element I can see fully. This fourth one is like, I am not even seeing that line. This line I am not seeing. If these might be 100, then I would have seen like 4. So you got the concept. So we will use round down. So we will only show 3 items per page. Okay, 3 items per page. So the formula which we are going to use it, let me first use some label so that it will be easier for you to understand. Here in this label, what I'll do is, the name of this gallery is nothing but gallery 1 only. Your gallery name might be different. Okay, so this is the new label. I'll say gallery 1 dot height divided by gallery 1 dot template height. So this is nothing, this template size is also called template height. Okay, if you select this, where is that? Okay, if you select this, so this template size is also called template height. So here you can see, as in our calculator we were seeing 3.84 something, so here also we are getting like this. So we will round it down. Okay, what we will do, we will round it down. Okay, round down means even if it is 3.99, it will come up as 3 only, and I don't need any decimal place, so I'll just use 0. So if you will see up here, let me increase the size of it, so you can see it is coming up as 3. Okay, so 3 items we will show in a gallery for one page. Okay, so 3 items. Okay, this is fine. So what we will do is, we will select our screen here. See, this is our screen 1, right? We will go to on visible property of this. Okay, you can either use a set variable, you can set the variables, or you can use update context, up to you. So I'm using update context. The syntax of this is like this. We will use some iterator, itr, semicolon, and what I'll do is I'll just copy the code of this thing. Copy. Okay, I'll again go to here. What I'll do is I'll just paste it here. So you can see iterator, what iterator will hold? Iterator will hold this 3. Okay, so let's copy this thing, paste, let's use here, and what I'll do is I'll name it as, I'll do something like this, itr. Okay, so that it will be easier to see what is happening. So what we are going to do is, when we click on next, the itr should increment by 3, and when we click on previous, the itr should decrement by 3. Alright, it should not go below 3. Okay, and it should not go beyond the total size of our this thing data source, which is nothing but 43. Okay, so itr is 3 currently. So what we will do is, here what we will say, we will just, here I'm not doing something crazy yet, so we will simply update this itr. What I'll say is itr plus, again just add it with this one. Okay, copy and go up here, just add it here. Okay, let me just copy this one and let me go to the previous one also. Here what I'll do is I'll decrement it. Okay, here doing decrement, here I'm doing increment. So let's play our app and let's see. If I click on this decrement, see this ITR value. Okay, nothing is happening. Something might be going wrong. Let's see, let's check. What is the ITR? Okay, ITR is 3. Okay. So here we need to show ITR, that is why. Okay, let's again play our app. So now see the value of ITR. Initially it was like this 3, but if I click on previous, see this, it is going to negative number also. If I click on add, it will just add 3 and it is going to positive number also. And it is going beyond the 43 number, which is the size of this SharePoint list. So let me use one more variable so that here what I'll say is size of data source. Size of data source is nothing but count rows. But here what you will see when I'll do something like this sample list, it will give delegation, because if you use SharePoint list and directly use this formula, it will give you delegation. To get rid of this delegation, firstly what you can do is go to your this on start property of your app and just define some collection. Clear collect, just say call sample list, and just okay, just give something like this. You might be knowing like index concept. With this collections, you can overcome the delegation issues. So if you have like larger gallery, like more than 2000 item, if you have less than 2000 items, just go to your setting, go to general, and here currently it is data row limit is set to 500, just set it to 2000. But if your list contain more than 2000 items, you can use index column of SharePoint. So if you don't know that concept, just comment below and I'll make a video on that. But my list doesn't contain like so much element, only 43 elements are there. So I'll simply just use this clear collect, and I'm using this collection. I'll copy this collection for a data source. I will now use this collection. So I'll go up here. Instead of this, I'll use this. Instead of here data source, I'll use this collection as my data source, right? So I'll click on run on start. So as you can see, now the data is also coming. Let me increase the size of this. Okay, so I'll keep this up here and make the okay. So size of my data source is 43. Okay, so as you can see up here, when I'm just adding, like clicking on next, it is going beyond this 43, and when I'm clicking on previous, it is just decrementing, like going to in negative number. I don't want this. So what I'll do is, if I'm here, I'll just write this condition: if my ITR is equal to this thing, copy this. If my this thing is equal to this, just don't do anything, otherwise just do subtraction. So ITR, initially what is our ITR? If you go to this on visible of this, what we set ITR to this only, round gallery 1 height to gallery 1 template height, which is nothing but like this height, only 3 element. So here I'm checking, if these are equal to this, don't do anything, just don't do anything. Otherwise, if it is greater than this, okay, so just decrement it. So now see, what happens if I play the app now. Even if I'm clicking on previous, this number is not going below this point, and if I click on plus, it will go. Okay, there is some issue, it is not even let's see what's the issue here. Might be one. Okay, this thing, I think. Okay, let's play the app now. Now it is decrementing. See, it is not going below 3. but if the number is greater than 3, it will decrement. Okay, so let me provide some comment here also, so that it will be better to understand. ITR equal to total number of element in gallery in one page of gallery, like this. Total number of element in one page of gallery, and here I'll say here ITR is equal to 3 and total number of elements in one page of gallery is also 3. Okay, so both of these are 3. That is why, like, when they are 3, it is, even when I'm clicking on this thing, it is just hitting this false. This is our true condition. This is our true condition, and this is our false condition. In false, what we are doing is we are just decrementing ITR by 3. Okay, because the total number of here, the size of the gallery is 3, so we are decrementing it by 3. So this is our false condition. We are decrementing ITR by 3. Just simple as that. Let me increase the size of it so that you could see the whole code. So this is the whole code. I hope you know how if condition works. If you click on here, you will see the first one is logical test. This is logical test. Then this is true value, that is true condition, and this is else value. All right. So our previous one is like this much only. If I click on next, so what I said is, okay, so I said that it should not go beyond this 43. Okay, so the condition that I'll use here is, I'll say okay, I'll say if my ITR should be less than equal to this count rows of my sample, not sample list, I'll use that collection, right? So collection sample list. If it is less than this, just increase the size of this thing. Okay, I'll just say this. Okay, and I'll close this. So let's see what happens now. Let's play our app and let's click on next. So now you are seeing it is going to 45, but see, our size of this thing is 43, and if I'm clicking on next, it is not incrementing, but this shouldn't be 45. It should be 43 only, but it is coming up as 45. Okay, so for now let's keep it as 45 only. Reason this 45, we will subtract it from this thing, so we will get that number like 2. We will get 2 as a number. So two elements are like extra here. If you see in this one, there are 2 extra. The reason 2 extra, we are just like adding here, right? So last value would be, if I go to previous 42, if you see this and I click on this, so 42 is less than 43. Okay, it was happening like this. 42 is less than 43. Then what it is doing, it is just adding this, adding 42 plus 3 and giving answer as 45. So now let's see this, how we are going to use this. I don't know if you are aware of the concept like this. If you use something like this, first n and say 3, so it will show first 3 element in your list. And if I use like something like this, last n3, so 3 element in your, from the last it will show 3 element. If I use here 6, so last 6 element. So we will just use this function of PowerApp to like build this pagination. All right, so let me first write this formula. First n of my call sample list and I'll just say ITR. Now you might be thinking like why I did this. So let me hit previous so that you will understand the concept of this. See, ITR is 3, so first 3 item. When I'm clicking on next, ITR is 6, so now you can say 6 item. If I'm clicking on next, ITR is 9, so 9 item. See, ITR 24, so this gallery is containing 24 item. So what we need to do is, when 3 are displaying, just start from next 3. Okay, so see the beauty of this thing. So first n, so first 24. If I wanted to see last 3 of this, so what I'll do is, now this is my data source, I'll just use last n of this thing. Okay, so I have written 3 here, but it will not be like this. We will just use, so we will use this formula round, so that it will be dynamic. Let me click on this. Okay, so the first point is this thing. I have used this property. Now see, if I'm clicking on previous, see here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 15 16 24. See, it is working just fine, but look at here, 40 41 42, but I am going on last one. What it is doing again, 41 42 and 43. It should just show me this 43, but it is showing me like these 3 also. Reason, because ITR is 45, and if you like think of it as 45, so it is just taking the last three element instead of just only 1. It is taking 3. Okay, so we need to write one more condition here, and in our this thing, what we will do is, I told you now, this is just fine. I'll just format the text here. Okay, I'll say if ITR is less than count rows my col sample list. If it is less, then this is fine. Okay, let's say this is my true value, right? So okay, so if I go to previous, 42 is fine. I know 43 is there, but for now 43 it is showing nothing, but it is working from 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. These things are working, but for 43 it is not showing. So we just need to display that 43. So what we will do is select our gallery, go up here. Now true condition is like this one is fine. What we will do is, we will I'll find that last element. How we are going to find that last element, that we are going to see. Okay, so we will use the last n property. Okay, again we will use the sample col sample list. Okay, so if I do something like this one, see this, okay, if I do this one, then it is, if I click on next, it is fine. It is showing me 43, but it is hard coded, so I need to get this one somehow. I need to get this one, okay, through the code. So for this, what we will do is, firstly we will say count rows of this sample col sample list. Okay, so I counted the rows. Then what I'll do is we have this round wala thing, right? So I'll just add this with this one. Okay, and subtract the whole thing by ITR. Okay, maybe for now it might not be making sense for you, but it will soon make sense. Let me remove the formatting so that it will be easier to understand. Okay, so what we did here is, let me write here. Okay, so count rows in a sample list. How many items I have in this collection? So 43 items I have. What is this gallery height, and how many items I'm showing in one page of a gallery, 3 items. Okay, ITR, what is my value when I'm coming on last 45? So if you calculate this, it will come up as 46 minus 45, which is nothing but 1. Okay, so I have built this like this one. Firstly, I'm like inputting statically. Now we have made this dynamic, and now if you will see here, it is coming up as 43, right? Let me play the app for you. Here, see. If I click on next, and at last I'm only seeing 43. But you will say, Vinay, what will happen if we increase the size of the gallery? Will it remain dynamic? Yeah, it will. So let's increase the size of the gallery. Let's see. Okay. If once you increase the size of the gallery, just click on run app on start. Okay. Go to your this screen, because sometimes this ITR is still not updated. So do one thing, just create one blank screen. Okay, once you create that blank screen, go to your this screen. Now see, this ITR is coming up as 4. Why it is coming up as 4? If you see this round wala thing, so now 4 items can be displayed in this in this gallery. So I'm seeing 4 items at a time. My ITR is 4. Let's play the app. Let's see. Currently I haven't made this dynamic, so don't see this for now. We will make, but let's click on next. See this. Firstly 1 2 3 4, then 5 6 7 8, then 12 16 20 24 28 32, and at last 40. So as you can see, this is how much dynamic this is. You can say let us increase the size of this a bit more. Okay, let me go to this screen, come to here. Now ITR is 5. If I increase the ITR is now 5. If I click on next, you see now 5 element gap. So whatever the size of your gallery, it doesn't matter, but this code will work for all the sizes and everything. It is fully dynamic. Let me decrease it to 3 only, and let me go to this one, come to this page, and now ITR is 3. Now let's make this 1 and this 15 dynamic. So the simple logic is, like, the logic will be very, very simple. Just copy this thing first, go here. Okay, and in place of this, let's make that 1 first. So how we are going to make that 1? We will say round, maybe this up and down we will do later, but here I'll just write ITR divided by this. So when I'm doing this ITR divided by my the number of item in the page, ITR first is 3 and the number of item in a page is 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. If I click on next, 6 divided by 3, 2. So it is like this. Now see, this has become dynamic. Okay, so this has become dynamic. Then I'm using this ampersand sign. What I'll do is create slash. Our next task is we need to calculate the total of this. So the simple formula for that is count rows total item. How many items I have in my list? 43, right? So here what we will do is the sample, that is Cole sample list, and divided by, simply again divided by with the same formula, round gallery in this thing. So 43 divided by, if you divide it by 3, so it will come up as 14.33. So see, this is what I was talking about. If it is coming up like this, just round it up. Don't round down, okay? Always round up. Here you need to always round up, and when you use that formula, just use comma 0 here. So if I'll format this formula, you can see this formula up here. So firstly I'm giving page number, then this is next line, cat n is next line, then here ITR divided by items in a gallery page, here 3 items, and here total like 43 divided by 3, so 14.33. I'm rounding it up, so it is coming up as 15. So here you can see now, if I click on next, so this is becoming 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15. So as you can see, like our code is working definitely fine. What we will do is, if this is 3 and this is also items are 3 only, so this button should get disabled. Either you can keep it just like this or you can disable the button. It is up to you. In my demo I have disabled, so I'll show you how to disable this button as well. Go to display mode property of this. Okay, just write here if ITR equal to this round wala thing, so just disable, otherwise edit. Okay, this is what I am saying. If like 3 is equal to 3, then just disable it. Okay, and if it is not, then enable, then it will be enabled. Here see, it is disabled. Now we need to disable this also. Say this. So here what we will say, disable mode. If ITR greater than count rows of this thing, cool sample list. If it is greater, then just disable, otherwise edit. Okay, so see, now this one is disabled. Here what I am saying, like 45 ITR using 45 total number of items in a list, 43. So 45 is greater than 43, just disable this. This is what happening now. No one will be able to click. And here see, now everything is working dynamically. And like this is how you can do pagination in PowerApps. And it is very, very much dynamic. Okay, if someone say like it will have delegation, like I know, like if you directly use this sample list from this thing, SharePoint, it will give delegation. It will give 2000. Even if it doesn't give you the error now, but let's say if your list have more than 2000 element, it will not give any delegation warning also, but it will only display 2000 element. So what you need to use there is, maybe you know that concept, you can create an index column here. Just create one index column here. Okay, number column, index column. Then you need to go to the list setting, make that column as index column, and then use the filtering concept in this. Just filter 2000 item and store it in some collection. So in that way, like you can remove the delegations as well. I hope this video helped you, and if it did, don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Till then, goodbye, have a nice day, bye.